Yo, what's up, peeps? Man, Tron Market here again. Some Dragon Shield sleeves right here. Actually, I'm gonna use these eventually. Just a picture of a baby dragon. But I haven't used them yet. Alright, so earlier I played a game against the guy who was using Heliod Combo. And during this game, he was able to pull off infinite life gain multiple times. But this is just a very, I guess, detailed walkthrough for all the people who don't know what Heliod Combo is and who hasn't been following me throughout, me changing my deck. So I'm just gonna walk y'all through, explain a little bit of what's going on here. Alright, so this is game 1 of 3. Let's go ahead and turn that off and then unhide this. Alright, here we go. I guess I'll just go ahead and shrink this real quick. And this looks like it's game 2 for some reason. Yeah, I think this is game 2. So let me make sure I have game 1 open. That way I'm not jumping around here trying to figure out what's going on. Ah, it was game 1. I think the thing is, it always scrolls to the bottom of the game log. Well, that's nice to know now. Alright, so of course, I won the dice roll, so here, I'm gonna choose to go first. I did not keep that hand. I think I might have kept this hand against him, but let's see. Nope, I mulliganed again. And this time I have Natural Tron in hand. So with Natural Tron, it doesn't really matter what I'm going against, I'm going to keep. Okay, Emrakul gone, land's gone, Doubling Season's gone. And I pretty much just kept Tron and the Chromatic Sphere in hand. Now let's see. Playing mine and Chromatic Sphere on turn 1. Skip to my opponent's turn. They just play a Forest and an Arbor Elf. At this point in time, I was like, please just don't be playing Ponzo. Because like you all know, Ponzo is like the worst enemy of Tron. So destroying Tron lands is just a death sentence to having huge mana spells that you can't use at all. Alright, so turn number 2. Go ahead and play the power plant. I'm going to keep the Chromatic Sphere here because I want to have a green source, that way I can play my Doubling Season next turn. My opponent plays Utopia Sprawl. Excellent play on his part. Definitely getting value here out of Arbor Elf. As soon as he tapped 3 and I saw Spike Feeder, it actually kind of made me really happy because I'm a sucker for life gain. Like initially, Arcane of Thune is what got me into the game, and I've always wanted to build a deck that incorporates her that works in Modern, but it's extremely difficult because she's a 5-cost card, and while trying to find a infinite life gain combo, I stumbled across Spike Feeder and Sunbond, and I was like, oh man, this is a sweet combo right here. But now with Heliod being out, he makes that combo a little bit faster. And I'm about to show you all what I mean by that. So this is turn 2 when he was able to put Spike Feeder out. Now let's go ahead and go to my turn. Pretty sure here what I did is I went ahead and played Doubling Season. Because if you all don't know, the main idea behind my deck is if you play Doubling Season, it doubles the amount of counters, tokens, and yeah, that's about it. Any kind of permanent that puts tokens, counters of that sort on the battlefield, Doubling Season doubles that amount of counters. Now, one thing that it does double as well as loyalty counters on Planeswalkers, which it doesn't specifically state in the text, but since it is a counter that goes on a Planeswalker. or just a permanent in general, it doubles the amount. Now with Planeswalkers, while most people would think that whenever you use the ability, it would double the amount of loyalty counters that you get, since the ability of most Planeswalkers, there are a few exceptions that they specifically put counters based on number of creatures you have or something of that sort. So because that's the case, most Planeswalkers don't actually get more counters because of doubling season. But the ones that do have some pretty busted abilities, and they are the ones that we're focusing on here. Okay, let's see. Go ahead and go to my opponent's turn here. And as soon as I saw him play Heliod, I was like, he has infinite life gain at this point. And I just told him in the chat, I was like, hey, you know what, man? You got infinite life gain, I got it. So I'm not even going to worry about life at this point. I'm just going to try to find another win condition, because I know since he has infinite life here, he can ultimately gain life to the point where I can never kill him. And then just, have me play the game out and lose just because I don't have a way to finish the game off. But luckily for me, my deck is not like that. Alright, let's keep going here. So I got the infinite life gain. On my turn, I played a chromatic sphere, tapped it. Oath of Nissa, and then I went ahead and grabbed the tower, doubling season on bottom first, and then the sphere. And go ahead and play a Urza Tower. Oh, for you all that don't know, if you are playing Tron, you need a Mine, Power Plant, and Tower in order to get 7 mana. The Mine and Power Plant both tap for 2 mana each whenever you do have all 3 pieces in play. The Tower, on the other hand, taps for 3 mana. So it's typically the one that people target a lot. But yeah, so I went ahead and casted Kind Great Creator. And after I casted Kind Great Creator, I went ahead and fetched a Walking Ballista from my sideboard. The reason why Walking Ballista is I had enough mana open on the board to where I could go ahead and play Walking Ballista, and doubling season doubles the amount of counters on Walking Ballista. Now the goal for me was to take out his infinite life gain. So to completely stop him, I would have to go ahead and kill a Spike Feeder, which is what I attempted to do here. And because I attempted to do that, my opponent removed the counter and gained more life, and then I decided I'm gonna finish Spike Feeder off before we can do anything else. So I tried to target it again. My opponent responded by removing a counter again to gain life, and then he chose his Scavenging Ooze to put the counter on. Now I realized I only have 2 counters left on Walking Ballista. The absolute best move to do here is to just go ahead and target Scavenging Ooze for 2 and kill it before it gets the counter on it, which is what I did. So that was a successful turn on my part, and very well played on his part, because he did the only thing that made sense for him to do, but not only that, he understands the triggers enough to know exactly when to do it. So excellent play on my opponent's part as well on that. Then next turn, go ahead and fetch for Temple Garden, and get value out of his Arbor Elf here. And then you got the Collected Company. Now, initially when I saw this play happen, I had looked away for a second, and then I looked back and I was like, how the heck did you get Skyclave Apparition and another Spike Feeder? So his infinite combo is back online again. But not only that, since Skyclave Apparition has a triggered ability, he's now able to exile my Kind Great Creator, which is just the absolute best thing that could have happened for him there, I think. I think the only thing that might have been better is if he had initially I guess not tapped Arbor Elf. But I think it was needed anyway, so that was a good move right there. Let's see, I guess if he had gotten a Conclave Mentor and a Spike Feeder from that collected company, he could have used those to then go ahead and win the game. Because if his Arbor Elf was untapped, he could have put counters on it and, you know, made it deal 20 damage to me right off the bat and kill me. That's probably the only thing that I thought could have, you know, made me lose the game there. But still, it's an excellent turn of events on my opponent's part, and hey, to pull off an infinite life combo twice in the same game and have it happen back to back after your opponent has tried to get rid of it's pretty good. When you passed my turn, I displayed a forest, and here I'm just looking for a planeswalker. Like any planeswalker that can ultimate and win the game. And then I happen to get Tamiyo. So I go ahead and cast Tamiyo. Now Tamiyo's ability pretty much, well, her ultimate ability says that I draw 3 cards and then I can cast cards for free at this point. So I don't need to actually tap mana to cast anything. So I just went ahead and put both my expedition maps out. Here I went ahead and put my Nahiri out. And because it doubles in loyalty counters, I can then go ahead and sack it for the ultimate ability, which is the -8 ability. And it allows me to go put a creature or artifact into play and it gains haste. Now in my deck, I really only have 2 creatures. That is Golos, Tireless Pilgrim, and Emrakul. And Emrakul is absolutely what I selected here. Because it's a 15/15 creature, and if it swings at your opponent, they have to sacrifice 6 permanents. Now, while my opponent does have infinite life at this point, if I swing continuously with Emrakul, turn after turn, he's going to end up with no permanents. Let's see. The reason for Eladamri's call was to go ahead and get a Skyclave Apparition. But at the same time, I have a lot of mana here, and because of Tamiyo's emblem that's right here, I can just go ahead and cast Emrakul for free. So at the end of my turn, Emrakul goes back to my hand. Next turn I can cast it for free, and then get the swing again. So basically, I'm going to force him to always sacrifice his permanents. And if you're always sacrificing 6 permanents every turn, you never have the opportunity to play lands. Well, I guess you could play them, but the max amount of mana you're going to have is 1 for the rest of the game. So because of that, he just went ahead and conceded this game. But he was an extremely cool opponent. He was cool about it. Hey, I respected his life gain. He respected what I was doing. At first, I was thinking to myself, oh my gosh, this guy's going to be a jerk and just gain 1,000 life and then just watch me try to kill him and run out of time. But he actually wasn't. He just went ahead and scooped because he realized that at this point in time, I basically have him in a lock and I'm going to make him sacrifice most of his permanents. Alright, so that is game number 1. I'm gonna stop it here and get ready for the next one.